Hey everyone, it's Andy from Electricpetrolhead, and I've got a bit of news. Now, our current trio of cars is the Tesla and the Boxster, but we've also got this 10-year-old Ford Fiesta. Now, it's an amazing little car. We've owned it since brand new. We've done 100,000 miles, and we think it's bloody brilliant. It is petrol though, and it's currently on a battery conditioner because reality is we just don't use it that much. But as a family with 2 daughters and a dog, it's essential to have that second family car that's there when we need it, really. It just doesn't, it probably gets used once a week and sometimes not for mega mileage, and the battery's just, over time, just gone down. There's the Ring doorbell. Anyway, so what we've done is, we're quite fortunate where we live in that there's a little place called the EVEC, which is the Electric Vehicle Education Centre, I believe. And what they do is they've got a store in a mall, or a shopping centre as we call it, and they always have 2 or 3 electric cars. They're owned by Chargemaster, which is one of the big electric car charging companies in the UK. They then work with manufacturers, and they have the cars from the manufacturers both in their store and also on a fleet of rental cars. Now, you can either go and have a 20-minute quick drive around the block in one of those, just drop in and sort that out, or you can rent them for 4 or 7 days. Now, so we've got this Fiesta, which is a comfortable 4-seater, 5 at a push. It's got a decent sized boot, petrol engine, but costs basically nothing to run. There's no finance on it. It's not really worth more than 2 or 3 grand. So we've got this dilemma of I keep looking at it, but we've got this dilemma of, do we change it for something like a BMW i3? So we could get either the Rex hybrid or the, well, range extender, same, yeah, or full EV. And 95% of the miles we would do would be full EV. Because it would be used as a city car, it would be used for the school run, taking the girls to their dance lessons, that type of thing. So it could be really good. The big problem with a Tesla is that it is big and it does fill a car parking space. So yeah, interesting one. So the other day I'd already booked this appointment, but I was in the shopping centre. And I thought I'd pop in because I'd heard they had a BMW i3 chassis, for want of a better word. So I popped in and saw it in the, you can't really say metal because it's carbon, or some sort of composite. So yeah, I saw it and I did a little walk around video and a few photos. So you can see those at the moment. And the thing I like about it is it's for such a small little car, it's very well packaged. It's got you can see that the majority of the car is for humans, which is a nice change from the sort of normal ICE, petrol and diesel cars, because you've got a massive engine at the front. So with the i3, you've got a few electronics and a tiny little sort of frunk, but not really worth using. Not even sure if it's got that now, actually. Anyway, it's all good fun. That's why I'm renting one of these. Find out. So it's most of it is taken up by the passenger compartment, which is great because even me at 6 foot something and a sizable build, shall we say, I can fit in the back quite comfortably with my seat, the front seat, where I would have it. Because a lot of these cars, the rear seats, yes, you can fit adults in, but if you're tall and you're a driver, you can't have anyone behind you. So yeah, interesting one. And then at the back of the car, it has the motor, the inverter, and if you have the Rex, it has a tiny little petrol engine, which is actually kind of tempting because the charging infrastructure in the UK is very good if you're a Tesla owner, and is okay. And I don't know, I really want to go full EV on this, but I think this could be a stepping stone and we could see how we get on with it. And if we did need to do a long journey, because the Tesla is our family car, so if I go away mountain biking for the weekend, I don't really want to be taking the Tesla because I want it for my wife and girls to use. So taking the smaller car, it could be good. So I'd want it to be a suitable car for that. The other thing we have is this little boy who needs to go somewhere. So one of the big things about the i3 is we're going to have to work out if he could fit in the boot, which I don't think he could. So we'd have to have him on the back seat, which is a bit of an arse if it's a muddy walk. So yeah, anyway, this will be the first in a series of videos on my dilemmas around changing this little Fiesta and what we do with it. I will be renting the i3, which is costing about £95 for a week, which I think is pretty good. And you get 400 miles for that, including a Polar Charge Master card. So I'm quite interested in using that and seeing what that's like as an alternative to sort of supercharging and charging at home. So I'll be, yeah, see how that goes. Maybe get an e-Golf as well, although they're quite a bit more money, because I'd probably go for a second-hand i3. So yeah, could be interesting. So very much interested in anyone who's got any comments. Please comment below, and I will upload more videos as I go through my journey of trying to work out if there's such a thing as a second, smaller family car that's fun, and without going for the obvious option, which is ordering a Model 3, because I'd rather keep this cheaper, because I don't really need a 40 grand, because I know what I'll do. I'll spec up a 40 grand Model 3 and then end up ordering the performance, and I don't need too expensive Teslas. That's overkill for what we need. So save the money and maybe upgrade to a P100D one day. Anyway, thanks for listening. Any comments, please post below, and any questions that I can answer, please comment below as well. Thank you very much. From Bertie and me, goodbye.